Salutations, you little punk. Even though COVID has interfered with the flow of the fashion scene recently, I say recently, it's literally been like the past year, the scene continues to bop and weave into new trends and aesthetics. Now, if you want my personal opinion, of course you do, fashion right now is a little less hype beast but a bit more avant-garde, to the point where Bape and Supreme are being replaced with words like Rick Owens and CDG. So here I am, like a crypto tipster, but instead of telling you to invest in Dogecoin, I'm telling you to stock up in vintage surplus military boots and vintage band t-shirts. Now, this is in no way a definitive professional analysis by any means. This is just a list of trends that I've noticed recently and I vibe with, like, I feel the energy, bro. So feel free to leave your own hotcakes in the comments. Streetwear, fashion, trends, ss21. Utility wear. So I see utility wear being comprised of this triforce of tech wear, workwear and military. So from where I'm sitting, I do see utility wear as an evolution from workwear mainly, but it does have the framework of tech wear by stitching more pockets than you'll ever need onto an outfit. It's almost like it's worked out on a ratio of 1 pocket for every L you've taken on the sneakers app this week. My guy, that's a lot of pockets and therefore a lot of L's. Now give it some earth tones, throw in some green and some brown, and now you've unintentionally or intentionally given it this military vibe. The thing I like about utility wear is you can throw on a flannel and dunks and keep it streetwear casual, or put on some combat boots to make it look like you've completed your army basic training. Due to the nature of utility wear just being the putty of fashion at the moment, I'm very interested to see where this one goes. I feel you can really chisel your personal style into utility wear, or at least build in it very easily from past trends like workwear. Punk aesthetic. So the punk aesthetic is a little hard to pin down. The truth is, punk itself has gone through its own changes and has spawned its own subsects. You've got your e-boys, your goth, luxury fashion, bikers, even military can orbit around punk in one way or another. Where the signature for utility is pockets, punks is like bondage. But I'm not talking about whips and chains, it's more straps and buckles. The more stuff you have hanging from your outfit, the better. I like this aesthetic because it's very easy to dabble in without fully committing to memorizing Black Flag trivia. Just wear some cage trousers and a chrome hearts earring and boom, you've added a very subtle hue of punk to your outfit. But what I like most about the punk aesthetic is this new wave of independent designers that have adopted punk and interpreted it into their own styles. Out of all of the indie designers, it's the ones that center around punk that have the most creative out of the box ideas, which to be fair is a credit to the ideology. The 70s trend. So it's finally happened. You've made Austin Powers into a style icon. I hope you're happy. This one is a bit of a curveball, but I think this is more or less an offshoot from the Americana type beat. I mean, feel free to tell me I'm wrong, but from where I'm sitting, all the components are already there. All you really need to take it that one step further into the 70s are flared jeans and some Cuban heel boots. I'll be honest, I think lockdown and a lack of haircuts have contributed something to the popularity of the 70s trend. Like, you've already got the sideburns, bro. You're not getting a skin fade anytime soon, so just embrace the 70s mop and lean into it. Luxury fashion houses like Gucci and Celine have been pushing the 70s trend for a while now, and with big names like Harry Styles making the 70s his entire personality, it is very easy to see the appeal. A little trend I want to add into this section as well, even though it's not purely 70s, are oversized 80s suit jackets. I just think it kind of fits into this smart chic with a hit of vintage. But yeah, I've been seeing these being styled down for a more casual setting, and it does work, but there is a fine line between oversized blazer, fashion statement of the year, and first time offender court date. Vintage. So you finally found archive photos of Princess Diana's street style. The vintage style continues its tenure in the fashion community. What started out with just wearing Champion hoodies, thrifted Tommy Hilfiger and Ralph Lauren button-up shirts has turned into something else, something a little more defined, should we say. I don't know. Some new trendy items that I've seen pop up in vintage recently are flannel shirts, shifting into the grunge punk or even streetwear aesthetic. Vintage heavy duty tote bags are making big waves recently. You've got hidden gems like the vintage Bell System tote bag that just scream at workwear. And speaking of workwear, you can get a cheaper alternative from Dickies. They have a very similar tote bag called the Perryville for like £35. That's a steal, bro. It's minimal but functional, and it makes me want to throw that CDG bag in the trash. Varsity jackets have been making their way onto the backs of people who couldn't name you 3 American football teams. Sick mate exposed, myself included. Poser. But it just goes to show that a trend can outgrow its intended purpose and just be fashionable for fashion's sake. And of course, graphic vintage t-shirts are always going to be like in the vintage style sphere. That's so hard to say. Vintage style sphere. I'm really into my band tees at the moment. For some reason, vintage metal bands just have the best tour merch. And when you mix that into the faded black t-shirt, cheese! Single trends. So here are some bonus singular trends. They don't really fit into any one category, so I've given them their own section just to let them flourish and given them the spotlight. What are you talking about? Black face masks. Yes, we have been in a global pandemic for so long that face masks have entered the whole trend economy. Pastel colors. I don't know what it is about spring, summer and gravitating towards colors, but just like the flowers in spring, we all just want to show off our colors and potentially attract the bees. Nike dunks. Yes, we have another year of the dunk. But I'm not gonna lie, it's ridiculous considering like a couple of years ago, a black and white dunk would be sitting in the sale section of a Foot Locker untouched for like 6 months to a year at least. Fast forward to today, you have to enter a raffle for the chance to buy them. It's crazy. Who do I blame for this? Streetwear fashion trends, ss21. So, not gonna lie, bro, we've got some fire trends coming up for spring summer 2021. But of course, a quick disclaimer, all of these trends are subject to change. There might be the next big thing just around the corner. We might all be dressing like clowns, clowncore. The 2012 hipster aesthetic might come back, like God forbid, but you never know. I would like to know your thoughts on the trends that I have showcased today. So let's beat up the YouTube algorithm together and leave your thoughts and feelings in the comment section down below. If you liked this video even a little bit, then press the like button. Share this video with the swagless homies just to continue their education. And if you liked what you saw today, if you had a little voice in your head that said, yeah, no, I rate that, you know, then press the subscribe button and the little bell notification just so you get a little ding every time I upload a video, which is every Sunday, by the way. And I think that is where I'm gonna end today's video, so bye. Fashion predictions, what is he, some kind of fashion medium?